Hey guys, welcome back to LoopHub. Today we'll talk about the most disgusting moments on Dr. Pimple Popper that made us shudder. Let's head into it. Number 1. Teresa. Dr. Sandra Lee has been working hard to guarantee that she is always available for her patients, no matter what is going on in the globe. Dr. Lee met Teresa, a patient with a cyst-like growth on her wrist, on the most recent episode on October 15. Teresa said that the tumor on her wrist has been present for over 9 years. It all started when she twisted her wrist, she believes. She developed a pea-sized growth as a result of the encounter. Teresa noted that the growth was expanding in size once she became pregnant, and it stayed that way for a number of years. Teresa assumed it was a cyst, since it would drain once it grew large enough. Teresa indicated that the growth would enlarge, as the fluid within it will fill up. Once the fluid has reached its full capacity, it will drain itself out. The fluid, on the other hand, will gradually begin to fill up again. Teresa was adamant that it was a cyst. Dr. Lee, on the other hand, was thoughtful of the diagnosis. Because of what Teresa had shared, she had concern regarding the emergence of a cyst. Dr. Lee attempted to gain a better understanding of the growth by asking Teresa to describe the liquid that poured out of it. She wanted to know if the liquid had a milky texture. Teresa revealed that it appeared to be a clear fluid in a watery state. This perplexed Dr. Lee, who didn't believe it could be a cyst because of the fluid gushing out of it. Dr. Lee acknowledged that her condition was uncommon, as cysts don't have liquid-like viscosity she described, nor do they have the tendency to fill up again. Teresa revealed that she had previously visited the doctor, who advised her that the lump was a cyst. They chose to operate after taking scans and x-rays. Teresa, on the other hand, was unconvinced by the doctor and decided against the procedure. Teresa's gangline cyst, according to Dr. Lee, could be one of the possibilities. She alluded to the likelihood of the fluid being gathered in this manner. Dr. Lee, on the other hand, stated that she wanted to meet Teresa in person and that she was looking forward to doing some tests to confirm the diagnosis. Number 2. Hilda. Hilda has been self-assured and had a fulfilling work until she began to see cysts around her eyes. She claimed that she began experiencing cysts around her eyes 7 years ago, which made her uncomfortable when she tried to blink. While she thought they would ultimately leave, her worst fears were realized when they began to grow in size. Since the cysts had progressed to the point where Hilda felt compelled to conceal them, she had to give up work for her home. Fortunately, she had her sister by her side, who acted as a sounding board. However, it was insufficient to restore Hilda's self-assurance. Hilda claimed that she had met 4 doctors and had undergone 3 surgeries as a result of the cysts. The procedures were aimed at draining the fluid from her cysts, but they were ineffective for a long period. While the 4th doctor refused to operate, Hilda indicated that the cysts would return a few months after the surgery. Hilda ultimately decided to contact Dr. Sandra Lee because she was afraid of having to hide her life. Hilda came hoping that Dr. Lee would be able to assist her and give her some insight into what's going on. Dr. Lee quickly identified Hilda's cysts as hydrocystomas. After inspecting them, Dr. Lee went on to say that these cysts were frequently packed with fluid and had a tendency to return even after treatment. While she warned Hilda that they might return, she hoped she had some techniques under her sleeve that could help Hilda. Dr. Lee opted to treat Hilda without spending much time debating what it was. She numbed the cyst location before beginning to pop them. Hilda's situation was unusual, according to Dr. Lee, because she had several cysts in one location. She wondered if it was related to the procedure she had undergone. Dr. Lee removed the sac after busting all the cysts, which increased the odds of the cysts returning. She showed Hilda the finished product after she was finished. Hilda was relieved to be rid of her cysts, but she pledged to be more confident and carefree in the future. Number 3. Aubrey. Dr. Sandra Lee will be treating 3 patients whose skin condition is frighteningly unusual on the January 18 episode of TLC's Dr. Pimple Popper. Audrey is the first with growth clusters primarily around her neck, shoulders, armpits, chest, and crotch area. The bumps are extremely painful, according to the 47-year-old, who compares it to imagining your worst pimple and multiplying it by 100. Popping her own pimples was the only way she could get some relief from the anguish. She claimed it relieved her discomfort right away. Aubrey has 3 kids, the oldest of whom has recently given birth. Aubrey was also on a lot of hefty medicine because she had a kidney transplant and chromium illness. Given her weakened immune system, Dr. Lee was unsure if she could do any surgery on her. She made the decision to begin popping and see how it went. Dr. Lee was careful not to overdo the popping and just focus on a few lumps on her neck. Dr. Lee described the golden liquid that seeped out like her mother-in-law's cheese fondue. Dr. Lee invited her to return the next day to have the rest of her pimples removed. She got rid of at least 20 of her body's most bothersome pimples. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.